Hey guys, it's Amy and I just wanted to welcome you to my channel, Metaphysical Skin Healing. I am very new to YouTube, so please bear with me as I get over my fears of speaking and all this YouTube video editing stuff, and it's all really new to me, and it's taken me a long time to just get in front of the camera and just go for it, so just bear with me on that. Just wanted to make this video to share with you how this self-empowering healing journey began for me. My skin journey with acne and eczema has lasted over 25 years, so a very long time, and over the past 4 years is where I got introduced to information and knowledge, I guess, that has been the catalyst in my healing and pretty much the result of my clear skin and ultimate health right now. It all started 4 years ago when a documentary was introduced to me called The Secret. If you have already heard about it and watched it and studied a bit of it, awesome, you're in for an exhilarating ride of self-empowerment, so good on you. And if you haven't already seen it, that is where and how my healing journey all began, so I highly recommend it. So since watching The Secret, there were a lot of teachers that were presented on the film in which I had intensively studied and researched. One of them being Abraham Hicks. So the teachings of Abraham, they're really the foundation of all this knowledge, pretty much the catalyst in my healing. I always seem to go back to their teachings. So over the past 4 years, it was not only Abraham. I studied sort of unconventional concepts in healing, I guess, because I was doing all of the conventional things already, and a lot of acne and eczema sufferers know about things like products and creams and just diets, elimination diets, things like that. We always do our research and we always try to find natural remedies for ourselves. So I've done all of that, but I just sort of took my healing really actually catapulted when I started this knowledge and expanding my awareness in myself. So concepts in the subconscious mind, how it actually works. Really a big student of the mind, I would say. Metaphysics, obviously, quantum physics, things like the biology of our beliefs and how they affect everything in our physical existence. That has manifested onto our skin. That's a physical manifestation of our beliefs. Concepts in spiritual science, energy psychology, energy physics, and I just became obsessed with outside of the box information. I became obsessed with understanding how the universe works, so big concepts like that, and how we create the nature of our reality and the mechanics of life itself. And so I wanted to understand on a deeper level why I had these conditions, how it came about, and ultimately healing them from the most fundamental level, beyond the physical level. That's why I call my channel Metaphysical. It goes beyond, it exceeds this physical reality. So that's the sort of what I'm all about. And so the actual book that pretty much the foundation of my learning is by Abraham. So the law of attraction, that's what The Secret is pretty much all about. It's a good foundation and a good place to start if you haven't heard of it before, the concept. So the law of attraction, I'm sorry if it's back to front. It's by Esther and Jerry Hicks. This book has 3 books in one, that's why it's so big. But these teachings have been definitely the catalyst to my healing. I have read that book, these 3 books, about 3 times. I've listened to all of the audio books pretty much twice over. When I say study, I really studied the teachings of Abraham, along with all the other concepts that I mentioned before. But Abraham Hicks. Oh yeah, I have no words to describe. I actually want to read the foreword to you. Okay, so just a little bit of a background on Abraham Hicks if you have never heard of that before. They do appear on The Secret. And Abraham Hicks is not a person. They are infinite intelligence that have been channeled by a lady called Esther Hicks, who appears on The Secret. So they are pretty much source energy. Infinite intelligence is what Esther and Jerry call them. And through all the download of information from Abraham, this spiritual being, they call themselves they, because they're a group of, like, a collective consciousness. They channeled all the information that is in all of their books, and that's what Jerry and Esther Hicks have devoted their lives to sharing with the world. It sounds weird and voodoo, but when I got into it and practiced the teachings and just understood a bit more of the large concepts of life in the universe, then it really resonated with me and has literally changed my life. And I could see this in the results of my life. So not only clear skin I have manifested, but my whole entire life as well with these teachings. I went from not even having a part-time job to now living in over $1 million home. I live my dream lifestyle, and just even this is a result for me. Me speaking and getting myself on YouTube when I had pretty much like a speech disorder. I had a stutter where I just couldn't, it was really socially awkward, but I was also unable to really get my words out there. I had really massive anxiety for speaking. And now that I'm just doing this, I'm obviously still working through it, but that has been a massive shift in realities for me. So that's, in and of itself, me doing this is a massive result for me. And it's all because of empowering myself with this knowledge and using the tools and applying it and just seeing myself the way I want to be. So this shift has really occurred, and I manifested my dream home, which I made a video about. If you want to have a look at my other video, I manifested the easiest pregnancy and I manifested a painless birth. And this is coming from someone who never wanted to have kids because I was that afraid of giving birth. I used and applied this knowledge, and proof is in the pudding. I just have no other words, but and this feeling of empowerment, really. When you have acne and eczema, the predominant emotions is just victimhood, because you just feel like you can't do anything about it. And every time you go to the doctors or specialist or anything like that, when you're flaring up, there is a point where you just can't, you sort of just give in because there's nothing you can do, and you just feel like not in control of your life. And so all those feelings have it's completely changed now. I'm in a state of being where I feel empowered, absolute control over my conditions and health. So I guess these are the results, some of the results that I've manifested over the last 2 years from just applying this knowledge and just empowering myself. And so the reason why I did that is pretty much just like you watching a movie, the best movie that you've ever seen, and you just want to go home and tell your friends, all your friends, to watch that movie. You just want to share that. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And obviously, being an ex-sufferer myself, there's no one else on the planet that would understand what you're going through more than another sufferer themselves, or ex-sufferer. And so to come out from that and having healed myself, all I want to do is just share that knowledge with you and try to speed up your healing journey. Because the first video that I ever made on YouTube about 2 years ago, I did it to try to get over my fear. That video was called How I Instantly Raise My Vibration and Manifest Riches. something like that. I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it. Comments that I received from that video in helping others, and just the love and appreciation that I felt when I read comments of how I helped someone. You can't buy that feeling from anywhere else, and that feeling just made me want to do more videos. So I guess that's another reason why I'm doing this. It's just that feeling of helping others is priceless, really, really priceless. And if I can speed up your healing journey and save you time and effort and a lot of suffering, then I will definitely endeavour to do that. So this book, please look into it. I really want to read the foreword to you by Neil Donald Walsh, because he's pretty much taken the words out of my mouth that I want to say about these teachings. So let me read it to you. He says, "This is it. Here they are. You don't have to go any further. Put all other books down, unenroll from all the workshops and seminars, and tell your life coach you won't need to be calling anymore. Because this is it. Everything you need to know about life and how to make it work. Here they are. All the rules of the road for this extraordinary journey. All the tools with which to create the experiences you've always wanted. You don't have to go any further than where you are right now. Indeed, look at what you've done already. Just look. I mean right now. Look at what you're holding in your hands. You did that. You put this book right here, right where it is, right in front of your eyes. You manifested it out of the clear blue sky. That alone is all the evidence you need that this book works. Do you understand? No, don't jump over this. It's important that you really hear this. I'm telling you that you are holding in your hands the best proof you could ever give yourself that the law of attraction is real, effective, and produces physical outcomes in the real world. Let me explain. Somewhere in the deep reaches of your consciousness, somewhere in an important place in your mind, you set an intention to receive this message, or this book would never have found its way to you. This is no small thing here. This is a big deal. Believe me, it's a big deal. Because you are about to create exactly what you set your intention to create, a major change in your life. That was your intention, wasn't it? Of course it was. What is occurring as you read these words wouldn't be happening if you hadn't placed your attention on a deep desire to lift your day-to-day experience to a new level. You've wanted to do this for a long time. Your only question has been how. What are the rules? What are the tools? Well, here they are. You asked for them, you got them. And that's the very first rule, by the way. What you ask for, you get. But there's more to it than that, lots more. And that's what this extraordinary book is about. Here you're not only going to be given some pretty amazing tools, but instructions on how to use them. Have you ever wished that life came with an instruction book? Hey, good wishing, now it does. We have Esther and Jerry Hicks to thank for that. And of course Abraham. They will tell you all about who that is in this fascinating, exhilarating text to follow. Esther and Jerry are devoting their lives to the joy of sharing the wondrous messages that Abraham has given them. I admire and love them so much for this, and I am so grateful, for they are truly extraordinary people on a glorious mission to bring glory to the mission upon which we have all embarked, the living and experiencing of the glory of life itself and of who we really are. I know that you will be so impressed and so blessed by what you find here. Here is not only a description of the most important law of the universe, the only one you'll ever need to know about really, but an easy to understand explanation of the mechanics of life. This is breathtaking information. This is monumental data. This is brilliant, flashing insight. There are very few books about which I would say what I'm going to say next. Read every word here and do everything this book says. It answers all the questions you have so earnestly asked in your heart. So, may I be this direct? Pay attention. This book is about how to pay attention. And if you pay attention to how to pay attention, your every intention can be made manifest in your reality. And that will change your life forever. Neil Donald Walsh, best-selling author of Conversations with God. I couldn't have said it better myself. So he had already written that for me, so I just thought, I'm just going to read that out. So that's exactly how I feel about the teachings of Abraham, and truly that they have been a catalyst in my healing, along with everything else that I've studied. Of course, I would share all of that, but I always find myself going back. Abraham is like my foundation, and so in these videos, I hope to share all the concepts that I've learned along my journey, the tools I've used, and how I actually apply this knowledge. And I will be specifically directing it around skin, clear skin, manifesting clear skin, and absolute health for you. So I really look forward to helping you in your journey, and I really look forward to being there for you on your journey and supporting you and guiding you if you need any help. I completely get where you are and where you want to go, because I've been in your shoes for a very long time. And to be on the other side now and just feeling this, all this knowledge, it's just sort of, I've just become obsessed and so passionate about it. So all I want to do is share that with you and help anyone out there who has suffered from who is suffering from these two conditions. So blessings to you in your healing journey, and I can't wait to share more with you. See you in my next videos.